Hello, this is seventh grade science, and it is, get this page number here, page 404. Right? Yeah, 404. And yeah, we're just getting into 404 today. I know it's like one page, but it's a lot of information, especially for things that you haven't really talked much about. It's replication. All right, replication. You understand that. Replicating something is copying something. And then transcription, it's the next step. And then translation. All right, replication, transcription, translation. So replication, we're talking about DNA, all right, where we talked about genetics a little bit yesterday. We're talking about the DNA now. Every single cell needs a copy of the DNA in it in order to be able to, process the proteins that you need to process in order to make new cells and that kind of thing. So replication is just the DNA making a copy, basically. I'm going to read the exact definition here because I think that tends to help. But let's see here. I'm trying to work one-handed here and hold this thing with one hand today because I don't have my setup quite like I usually do. But anyway, all right, so replication, let me read the exact definition. The process by which a cell makes a copy of the DNA during, like before it's dividing. So it's getting ready to make another cell, so it has to make a copy of the DNA to put into the other daughter cell that it's getting ready to make. So that's replication. Then comes transcription, and it kind of unzips the DNA and it's making copies and that kind of thing. Well, on one little part of the DNA is a gene. And a gene is something that, can tell you whether or not you have brown eyes, or you don't have the gene for brown eyes, or the gene for a big nose, or the gene for elliptical nostrils, or something along those weird lines. Or it could be for anything. Big, thick, heavy eyebrows, or little thin eyebrows, or big lips, and, just all different kinds of genes that are in there. So it can make a copy basically of that gene and get ready to transcribe it, basically, which means it's where the DNA information in a single gene is copied into what they call messenger RNA. So RNA is basically a copy of the DNA, and a messenger RNA is going to be then sent to translation. And that is going to basically tell it's the process where the ribosome reads the RNA. All right, so that's going to kind of read it and figure out what it needs to do as a single gene, and then it's going to be able to copy it into the RNA blueprint to construct a new protein. All right, so whenever I think of replication, I think of the copy machine making a copy. Put a piece of paper on it, makes a couple copies or a copy. And then you've got, what looks like the exact replica there. Then whenever I think of transcription, I think of them, preparing it for packaging, ready to send it away, or whatever. And then it has that blueprint of whatever is needed in there of that gene. And then translation, it's like they're, sending it off to be able to, for someone else to read to make a new protein in your body. So that's just a very, very, very simplification of it. It's really, really complex situation system there. But I just kind of want you to understand the three basic acts that it does. And then, like I said, on my page, or on my, what do they call it? It's not a page, it's my YouTube channel. That's what it is, YouTube channel. I made a section where it says videos to help you out through the week or something. I need to remember what exactly I could title it, but it's the only one that's titled like that. So you can see it, click on that, and watch some different videos. Now there's one, it's called Replication, Translation, Transcription, Translation. Anyway, and it's this man talking in a little bit of a monotone voice, but if you can get through that part, that very first part of it, he's actually really helpful. But then there's also some kind of cartoony ones that break it down for you as well. There's some other videos on there of the animal cell that I put on there last night. Just some different things that you can kind of watch, and maybe it'll help you to understand it a little bit more. You can always search for other things, but again, always ask your parents for permission for that before you're searching anything on YouTube. You never know what you might come up with. And so that's pretty much page 404. Have a great weekend.